Well, great evening, great night, YouTube family and friends. This is your girl, Wanda Adelaide Fuller, coming on with the YouTube channel, W.A. Fuller. I did say earlier that I was going to come on a little later just to chat with you guys for a little bit. Nothing too much because it is late. So I did decide to come on after a very, very long day. Some of, try to keep this under 10 minutes or whatever. So that way it won't be a long video and it won't be time consuming, nor somebody will probably lose their attention, or the attention span gets shorter watching a little longer video. So I get it, but I just wanted to come on and say hi, you guys. Missed you on today, especially earlier. Like I stated earlier that we lost power. This area lost power, and we were out of power for a good minute. I mean, a really good minute. So your girl was suffering, boy. I mean, it felt like I was in the trenches fighting for my life. It was hot, and I don't like heat. I never liked heat. So everybody settled down. The house is actually quiet, so I decided to jump on real quick, having a chat with you guys since the house is quiet. I mean, everybody's home. For the most part, everybody's home. My oldest, she's gone away to stay at her, I call it her first home, pretty much. So she's gone and everybody else is home doing their own little thing. Dad is back in the room with the boys, and the kids, they're in their room. So everybody came home. Well, the twins and Noah came home from the Rapids. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm talking a little soft because it is past time, and I don't want to be loud. I tell the kids, I don't want y'all being loud. Even though it's the weekend or whatever, and they can stay up a little late, but they know the rule. I shouldn't hear you in my bedroom. So if I'm teaching them that, I gotta follow the same principle because I am in the living room. So I don't want to be too loud. So hopefully you guys can hear me. But yeah, I mean, your girl was hard. It was a hard day today. With that heat and all. Thank God that it came on. I said it was probably close to 3 or a little after 3. Dad said it was like 2 something. Well, I was still out taking care of some things when it came on, so I don't know exact time. But all in all, he was working on both of his babies outside. Big girl, which is the big truck that I drive, and his first girl, the car that he normally drives. So, he was out there putting that work in, trying to get him up and running, get him up and at him. Well, his baby, the car that he drives, his baby needs more work. The truck needed a little bit more, it needed some work, but not as much as his baby. So big girl, he got her situated for the most part. Still some little things that needs to be worked on, but for the most part, especially for me to drive it, he got it fixed. He dealt with it. So hats off to him. I told him, listen, if it ever become a time where you need to work on anything, we can go into business, baby. I'll be your secretary. And I'll come up with the prices, with your help, of course. But I'll come up with the prices, and I'll be your secretary. I'm booking your appointments and everything like that. You just fix on whatever you need to fix. So, that's how my day went today. Rained and really, really, really needed that air, that cool breeze or whatever after being hot all day. So the rain was greatly appreciated. I just sat by the window enjoying the cool breeze with the rain and all that good stuff. Then hopped in the bathroom, took a cool, very, very cool shower. Then went out to get me something to eat and get him something to eat. Got my little belly full, drunk me some water, still have my water bottle over there. Everybody gone, so I'm like, let me just come on and talk with y'all for a little bit. Tell y'all about my little day today and how it was a very busy but not busy day. Feeling much better from like the last couple of days or a week ago or whatever, when I wasn't feeling the best of the best, but I'm feeling so much better. I just know I have to take it easy for real, not overdo anything. And when my body is telling me, hey, sit down somewhere, listen to my body and sit down somewhere. Whatever needs to be taken care of, it can be taken care of the next day. Because one thing we don't want to have is a relapse on, the pain shooting where it's hard, or, I'm exhausted and can't do anything for a couple of days. That sounds like one of my babies, my big girl. Hold on. So that was my big girl. Apparently, she's not staying at her first home. She decided to come home tonight. So, so I had to pause really quick to let her in the house. But all in all, it's still quiet. Everybody's doing their little thing or whatever. So, but I did want to come on and chit chat with you guys, see how everybody's doing on tonight. And was gonna try to sneak in a little encouraging words for you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do that as much as I can, at least once a day. Give you guys a little inspiration or whatever. The only thing I can think of right now, well, there was something else I was gonna say, but I just saved that for tomorrow. But I will say this, that keep striving. Keep striving for perfection. Keep striving for wholeness. Keep striving most definitely for perfection. Now, am I saying that you're a perfect being and that you're a perfect specimen? No, I'm not saying that part, okay? And I say this periodically, that no one person can have everything. No, not one person will have everything. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we have our flaws within ourselves. And when I say flaws, you may have some things that, you may look down upon or frown upon. And that may be something about yourself. Like for me, I can say for me, I have a problem with moles, tags, whatever these are called. I call them moles, honey. But my hubby, he was like, girl, them tags. Like, no, baby, these are moles. So, and I have a lot of them. And then, of course, I have some that's smaller that looks, it may resemble freckles, but baby, I know them ain't no freckles or moles. But I have to learn to, look past those things, even though I don't like them. But I shouldn't let that determine how my confidence is. I shouldn't let that determine how I may look at myself or anything like that. Because one thing you have to understand your self-worth. You have to understand your value. So even though these may be like imperfections to me, but that's what makes me me. So these little imperfections makes me practically perfect in my own little self, because it makes me who I am. We look at ourselves a lot of times and we try to compare ourselves to other people when that don't need to be the case. So everyone, I try to see the positive and the beauty in every single person. So it doesn't matter if you're tall, it doesn't matter if you're short, it doesn't matter if your hair long, it doesn't matter if your hair is short or whatever. Just be the perfect you that you can be, and always strive to be better. Perfect those things that needs to be perfected in you. Work on perfecting those things, honey. So if you feel like, that you may be overweight and you need to lose weight, especially if it's a health challenge, let's work on those things. Let's work on those things. If you feel like you are a procrastinator and you're tired of wasting your time and especially other people's time, let's practice time management, honey. If you feel like, for you, and you, that, honey, you talk a little too much and you be disclosing a little too much and you don't want that for yourself, it's a difference from a person, they're always talking or whatever, but for someone like you telling all the business and you're like, I want to do better. So then maybe we need to learn to just be silent sometime. Now, that's one of the biggest things. A lot of people, they can't cope with silence or quiet time or downtime. And that's one of the things that I try to teach my kids, that let's have a quiet time. Let's have a quiet moment. Let's learn to be still. Let's learn to settle down. Let's learn not to be all over the place. especially with some of my kids who, have ADHD, and some, it varies from child to child. With my kids, I'm talking about mine babies. Some of them may be overactive. Some of them may talk a whole lot. Some of them may be all over the place. So for the ones who are like, it seems like they're running on a motor, I normally try to tell them, hey, let's rest for like 5 minutes. Let's try to sit down for 5 minutes. And I'm not talking about with a device or with a tablet or anything like that, but let's learn to be calm. Let's learn to try to, allow as much as we can the mind to relax and slow down with the body. Is it an easy thing? No, it's not. But it's called practice, and it's called learning. So, I would say let's try to perfect those things that we may want to work on. And it's not to say that, you want to be perfect or anything like that. Now, if you strive for perfection, that's good. Some people are perfectionists. They like for things to be like perfect. And there's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist. There's nothing wrong with perfecting whatever craft or, things about yourself that you want to perfect. That's fine. That's cool. That's dandy. Even when you have certain gifts and talents, you want to perfect those things that God has gifted you with. And I always, I will go back to scripture when the Bible says that God will perfect, things concerning us. There are certain things God wants to perfect in us that only He can perfect in us. So, there are things that, some things we can change, some things we can't change, some things may be out of our control or whatever. But for your sanity, for your peace of mind, for your clarity, if it's going to help you with your sanity, work on it. If it's going to help you with your peace of mind, work on it. If it's going to help you with your clarity, with clarification, work on it. Work on it. Don't work on it because, someone else is telling you, oh, you need to be like this or you need to be like that. Work on it for you. I normally tell my kids, especially my girls, if there's anything you want to change about yourself, change it because you want to change it, not because someone says you need to change it. Don't change yourself for anybody, and at the end of the day, they still not going to give 2 cents about you. That's crazy. So if there's anything that you want to make better, make it better, especially if it's a health reason, or it's something that you just want to do for yourself, and it makes you feel good, it makes you feel happy. Do it. Do those things. So, if I could say anything, and I said a lot, I would just say that, strive for perfection. Strive for wellness. Strive for wholeness. Strive to be healthy. Not only physically, but mentally. Especially in your mind. Because a lot of people struggle in their mind. And there would be different reasons why people will struggle in their mind. But to have that sanity, to have, peace, that's one thing a lot of people don't have. And sometimes they hide behind, everything else to not show that they're struggling in their mind. And their mind is like a battlefield. And I will say this, that there are certain things that a person will battle with in their mind that baby only Jesus and Jesus alone can fix. There are certain things that you just need to go to God in prayer like, God, listen, I need help. I can't do this on my own. I tried everything else. So for those who have tried everything else and it's still failing you, baby, try Jesus. Because once again, He will perfect those things that concerns you, honey. And there are certain things that we can't fix. There are certain things that's beyond our control. So if it's beyond our control, maybe we need to go to someone who's stronger than us, who has everything under control. And that's God. So even when it comes down to your peace, your sanity is the biggest thing ever. Because, baby, if you ain't got peace in your mind, it doesn't matter what you got surrounding you. It doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. It doesn't matter how big your bank account is. It doesn't matter how big your house is or what kind of vehicles you drive, or you can go from here to Timbuktu, honey. But if your mind is a battlefield, can't nothing help you. Can't nothing help you. So for those things, baby, take it to God. Take it to God and ask God, listen, Jesus, I need you to renew my mind. I need you to give me peace in my mind. Let God be your peace. Let him be your sanctuary. Let him be your safe haven. Let him be your safe place. And when you can't take nothing else to anybody, you can always take it to him. But yeah, he know you. He know you. He know you better than you know you, baby. And that's the truth. And one thing he wants you to do is tell the truth. Be honest with yourself and be honest with God. You can't hide anything from him. It doesn't make sense to sugarcoat it. It don't make no sense to play games with it. So you come to him with an open heart and like, God, listen, I'm struggling. I need help. Number one, I need you in my life. Everything else can come secondhand. But I need you in my life. I need to know you intimately, for real. And not just play. And not before the people. Not to be putting on the show, but God, I need intimacy. I need to know you on a personal level. So help me to know you on a personal level, which means you got to become one with God, baby. That means you got to receive him into your life. But that's a thing for another session, honey, another time and another place. But I'm just speaking real to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know, you need that one-on-one. You need that one-on-one relationship with God. Especially when you have so many mind battles going on. When you have so many things that's attacking you. That's attacking your home. That's attacking your peace. Maybe you ought to just sit down, move out the way, and let God come in and do what he do best. Let him change you. Let him renew your mind. And let him give you the peace that surpasses all human understanding, honey. Where now you got those looking at you like, why he looking different? Why he acting different? Why she sounding different? Why she talking different? Why he look so chipper? Why she got a smile on her face? Well, they must got a new boo. He must have came into some money. No, I came into God, honey. And he gave me something far better than what money can never do. I can sleep at night. My mind is not racing 1,000,000 miles per minute. I can go to sleep. I can rest for real. I can rest. I can wake up rejuvenated. And I got some strength. And I got some energy to keep going on. To see what the end going to be. So, my apologies. I did say I was going to try to keep this video down to 10 minutes. My apologies, y'all. That is going on 18 minutes. But just wanted to share those sort of things with you. You know, just tell you an update about my day and how hot it was and how I was in the trenches just fighting. And I was joking about her, like, babe, listen, I feel like I done lost 4 pounds. How hot it was. So, and also just to give you guys some encouraging words. So until next time, I'll come back on tomorrow. May probably go out to pick up a couple of things for the house. And of course, I'm going to take you guys on for the ride and for the journey. So, you know, you come across this video, go ahead and, you know, like it. Leave a comment. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'm all open for your comments. And also subscribe to this channel. You know, if you're feeling this girl, you know, you're feeling your girl or whatever, and you like the things I'm putting out as the shorts or the video, you know, you may see the shorts, go check out the videos, honey. Go check out the videos. I greatly appreciate it. So once again, this is your girl, Wanda Adelaide Fuller, coming on with the YouTube channel, W.A. Fuller. So I love you guys. Keep pressing forward. Keep moving forward. Keep keeping on. And speak positive. Until next time, love you.